1.7 Rewriting Equations and Formulas. This is our last section of Chapter 1. Starting off, we have a definition. A literal equation is an equation that has two or more variables. So in number 1 here, it tells us to solve for y. But we also have an x here. We're just going to treat the x like it's just a number, which it is, right? So I'm going to start off by subtracting 4x from both sides. And I get, 3y is 9 minus 4x. Lastly, I divide by 3, and I get, y equals 9 minus 4x over 3. Or you could say 9 over 3 minus 4 over 3x. Which is y equals 3 minus 4/3 x. Either this one or this one there. Those would both be good answers, and I'd be happy with both of them. Number 2, we're supposed to solve for w. Now, I believe there was a problem similar to this earlier in the chapter, where we've got a w here and here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to undo distribute. We're going to factor. So I'm going to pull the w out, and I'm going to have w, and then I'm going to have 3 plus 4p equals a. Right? Think about this. If I were to distribute this w, I would be back up where I started. Right? That's what factoring is. It's just undoing the distributing. Now to solve for the w, I divide by 3 plus 4p, and I get w equals a over 3 plus 4p. And there we are. Next up. Formula. I guess the definition of a formula, we need to give that. A formula shows how one variable relates to another. Right? Very bland, something easy. Number 3 here. Solve the perimeter of a rectangle formula for L. So remember a rectangle, we've got length times width. So the perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And we're supposed to solve for L, the length. So here I'm going to start off by subtracting 2w from both sides. So now I have p minus 2w equals 2l. And then to finish up, I divide by 2. So I have L equals p minus 2w over 2. And that's going to be our answer. You know, maybe you're an engineer, maybe you work in a factory or something like that, and you know how long or you know what the perimeter of this rectangle that you're building has to be. Like the perimeter has to be 10 or something like that. And you're trying to decide what would be the best length or the best width. So you're plugging in some things like that. This could be useful in real life. There are ways that this could be useful. Number 4. All right, number 4, we deposit $3,500 into an account that earns simple interest at a rate of 4%. How long must you leave the money in the account to earn $350 in interest? So starting off, we need to think about this 4%. This is really like 0.04, right? Remember, percent sometimes can mean like times 100. That's one way that I think about it. Anytime you have a percent, if you convert it back to a decimal, you need to move the decimal point 2 spots to the left. So this is our rate. The formula that we're going to use here is our interest, that's I, equals our principal, that's the amount that we put into it, times the rate times time. So our interest, we're wanting our interest to be $350. Our principal, the amount that we put in initially, is $3,500. Our rate is 0.04, and our time is what we're trying to figure out. Now, if this was a test, if this is a quiz, if this was homework, I'd make sure that I gave you this formula there, all right? I'm not expecting you to necessarily know that right away, right? But think about what this formula is saying. If we look at these numbers here, oops, that's not what I meant to do. This there, that's how much interest we would make from 1 year, right? By putting the t there, it just means repeat the multiplying, okay? If we were to take 3500 times 0.04, that would be, what would that be? That would be $140, right? What that told us is that over 1 year, we earned $140, okay? To do that again, we'd have to do 3500 times 0.04, and then we could multiply by 0.04 again, right? The other way, the way that this formula groups it, is it just puts the t in there, okay? Now solving for t, I'm going to take 350 divided by 3500, enter, and then I'm going to divide by 0.04, enter, and I got 2.5. So 2.5 years. All right. For our homework, you might want to write this down. I'm not certain if we have a problem that uses that one or not. All right. Good luck on the homework. Let me know if you have any questions.